This is the Italian Real Estate Podcast, here to help you with the ins and outs and basics of Italian real estate, presented by ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com.
Hello there, and welcome to another edition of the Italian Real Estate Podcast, presented by ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. Of course, we are back at it again with Italian attorney Marco Permunian. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I am doing great, thank you. And of course, I'm Rafael Di Furia, and in today's episode, we wanted to talk about an underrated town that we've talked about in a number of episodes that we've referred to, called Ferrara. There have been actually a number of clients of Italian real estate lawyers who've found themselves falling in love with this small Italian city that many people have never even heard about before. So Marco, I know you've spent some time there, and even you went to university in Ferrara because it's actually not far from your hometown and where you're currently based in Rovigo. I know you also go there quite often. Can you tell us a little bit more about Ferrara and what it has to offer? Because I know I can say personally, I think it's actually a very cute little city and it's really worth checking out.
Ferrara is a city of 130,000 people located in the region of Emilia-Romagna, but right across the border from Veneto. The two regions are separated by the river Po, which happens to be the longest river of Italy. And probably what I like most about Ferrara is that people tend to walk or go by bicycle. It's actually known for being the city of bicycles, meaning that a lot of people in Ferrara tend to use bicycles or public transportation as opposed to using a car. Now, in the city center, you will find a beautiful castle and two amazing big piazzas or squares. And even if the city is not huge, you can have a feel of, it feels like you're in a real city, but at the same time, it's not too crowded. It doesn't have the problems of the biggest Italian cities.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point that you raised there. It's even when you go into it, you have some really small town feeling, but also some big city conveniences. I mean, you also have a mall just a little outside of the city, like Rovigo as well, but you have shopping available. And there's plenty of really wonderful restaurants. And even actually, I don't know how many years ago now, but a few years back, I uploaded a video on my YouTube channel where I visited Ferrara, and I had an absolutely delightful time there. It's a place where also they have some Christmas markets and things that you can do throughout the year and different festivals. And I really enjoyed the experience of walking through there. And also, like you were talking about, you have kind of the main piazza in the center of the city, and then there's another piazza that's like, I guess, has a kind of park around it, and you'll have people that just go out there and just will sit in the afternoon and maybe bring a little something to drink with them or a little snack, and you have many options. And there are also the experiences of the university that people go there and will have some fun during their university years, like you did, for example, but also to be able to have a family-friendly city. It's a very walkable city, and to get around is very easy, very convenient, like you were saying, by bike and also public transport. I mean, even to get from the main train station to the center of the city, it doesn't cost much, and also it's a very quick bus ride to get there. I mean, even if you wanted to walk, it's definitely doable. But like I said, though, the bus is quite reasonably priced, and I would say definitely my choice the times that I've gone there. But Marco, maybe can you tell us about some of the details of the city for those who might be interested in the potential of being able to call it home? What would the cost of living look like say for an apartment or a home, and what would those cost to rent or buy?
If you're looking to purchase a property in Ferrara, the average price per square meter is between 1,500 euros per square meter and 1,900 euros per square meter. So if you are looking to buy a, say, 100 meters apartment, which would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, you can expect to pay about 200,000 euros for a very nice apartment close to the city center. On the other hand, the average price for rentals is about 10 euros per square meter. So if you're looking to rent a 1-bedroom apartment, meaning a 70 square meter apartment, you can expect to having to pay a 700 euros amount every month. On the other hand, the cost of life is in the average compared to the rest of the country. So you are probably going to have to budget about 1,800 euros per month for a single person, and a little bit over 2,000 euros per month for a family of two, and maybe 2,500 for a family of three. So that is the amount that is necessary on average to live comfortably in the city of Ferrara.
And while we're on the topic of the cost of living, what would the average income be for somebody living in Ferrara?
The average income is also within the national average, meaning between 25 and 30,000 euros per year.
And what about the connections that Ferrara has? Like I mentioned briefly about the train. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about, like, say, getting to Venice or getting to Rome or Florence, Milan, some of these places? Because I know that Ferrara happens to be on the high-speed line that goes between Venice and Rome, and I was quite surprised, actually, at how quick it could be between Ferrara and Roma.
So Ferrara is very well located. As you said, Ferrara is located on the high-speed train lane, which makes it very easy for you to reach several Italian towns. Of course, there will be some high-speed trains that will not stop in Ferrara, so they will go straight from Padova to Bologna, so they will skip the Ferrara stop. But a number of high-speed trains, they do stop in Ferrara, so it's not that difficult, even if it's not that easy as it is for people who live in Florence or Bologna, for example, or Padova. But once you get on the high-speed train, you can easily reach Rome, Naples, Venice, or Milan, or a number of other very well-known Italian cities.
Something I might just add in there is also the connection between Ferrara and Bologna puts you in a wonderful position to be able to get around not just Italy, but also the rest of Europe. And even just talking about Bologna, now you even have the monorail that goes between the main train station and the airport. And Marco, can you tell us a little bit about how long it would take to get from Ferrara to Bologna and also to the airport there?
Bologna is about 45 minutes from the city of Ferrara by car and about 35 minutes by train. So you can easily have access to Bologna, as you just said, if you live in Ferrara. And Bologna is served by an international airport called Guglielmo Marconi, which is one of the fastest growing Italian airports. It's a very famous airport for people who want to travel from northern Italy to other European countries. There are a lot of flights that leave from the airport in Bologna towards other European destinations. And people like that airport because you can use airlines such as EasyJet and Ryanair, which are low-cost airlines that, and you can get a ticket to other European destinations for as low as 50 or 100 euros. So that's really great.
Yeah, I would say even in some cases you can find tickets for lower than that, especially if you hunt a little bit and you plan it just right. It's actually, I've been there, and it's not a huge airport. It's I would say a very comfortable sized airport, and even if you don't take the monorail to the center, the bus is also very convenient to get to not only the city, but also to the main train station and to get to Ferrara from there. I mean, it's all very, very easy to do via public transportation. And then, of course, also that airport, it's not only EasyJet and Ryanair, but you have also other major carriers that can take you there to many destinations. But Marco, what would you say were maybe some of your favorite personal details about Ferrara that you really enjoyed when you were living there during your university years?
So there are several aspects that I find interesting about Ferrara from, the parks. There are a number of public parks that you can access so easily from the city center. So you are in the city, but at the same time, you have access to very large public parks that are very green and very clean. But also the monuments and, fountains and the castle. There is, for example, a very famous piazza, which you mentioned before, which is not square. It doesn't have like a round shape, but an oval shape, which is used for horse races, which is a kind of a tradition in the city, which probably, these kind of horse races were born in a different city, Siena, where the Palio of Siena is very famous. It's a city in Tuscany, but then Ferrara also has its own Palio, meaning the horse race, which happens one time per year, and it's very beautiful. It attracts a lot of people from the nearby cities. And the piazza itself, even when there's nothing really happening in the piazza, is just amazing. There's a little park in the middle, and you can sit on, around the piazza and just enjoy basically your time there without having to do anything in particular. And very close to this piazza, you will find the Palazzo Diamanti, literally the Diamond Palace, it's a very old ancient building. It almost looks like it's made of diamonds. That's why it's called the Diamond Palace. And a lot of exhibitions, even important exhibitions, happen there throughout the year. But more simply, what I like about Ferrara is just, taking walks, the nightlife, meaning bars, restaurants that are open until late night, and with a lot of students around. Ferrara, in fact, is a university city. It hosts several universities, including law schools and medical schools. And of course, just walking through the portici is something that is extremely rewarding, especially after a long work day.
Yeah, those Italian porticos are an absolute delight, especially when the weather is really hot, or even in the middle of winter and maybe it's raining or it's cold. You can actually stay a little bit warmer, maybe heat coming out of the stores, or to get protected from the sun or the rain. It's an absolute delight. So I can totally get what you're saying, because walking through the streets of Ferrara is it's a special place. It's a unique place. It gives you a certain kind of feeling when you're walking through there. But Marco, I think this is going to be a great place to round out this episode. So of course, if anybody needs help to move to Italy and is interested in maybe even a place like Ferrara, how can they get in contact with you and your team?
People can contact us through our website, italianrealestatelawyers.com, or give us a call. Our phone number is on our website.
Absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you're interested in more information like this about moving to Italy, where to move to Italy, and how to purchase a home or rent a home in Italy, be sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, as well as the audio-only podcast. And of course, if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, that means you are subscribed automatically to the Italian Citizenship Podcast, where we talk about how to legally make Italy your home, to get citizenship, residency, and how to go even through Italian citizenship by descent. Of course, also, if you're interested in any discussions around living abroad, and life abroad as a dual citizen expat, or even the video that I made about going around and walking through Ferrara, be sure to come over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Rafael Di Furia, or you can search for Not Your Average Globetrotter. Or if you're interested in that particular video, maybe we'll try to make sure that it's put up on a card at the end of this video so that you can click on that, or you can search for my YouTube channel and then the word Ferrara, and you'll be able to find that. It was such a fun time, and I think actually we've done a couple videos. But anyway, have a great one. Stay safe and healthy out there. We have been here with Marco Permunian from ItalianRealEstatelawyers.com. I'm Rafael Di Furia, and we will see you all next time. Later.
Thank you.